Welcome back, you guys, to another JZ Fishing video. And today, it's just me. And that's because Zach stole the company credit card and booked a trip to Lisbon. So he is out of town, but that doesn't mean that we're gonna stop fishing. Today, I wanna catch a striped bass. It's been a minute since we've caught one, and I wanna catch one on this JZFishing Super Swimmer Swimbait. I'm gonna spend today showing you guys how we fish this lure for striped bass here in the Bay Area so that you can do the same thing. First step, we have to get some food. I just went to the gym and I'm extremely hungry, so let's go get some food. Then we're gonna head up to Big 5 to get some jig heads. I'm gonna show you exactly how we rig up this lure and hopefully catch some fish.
Can I have you, please?
Can I get a 10-piece nugget with the hot mustard and the honey mustard sauce?
Anything else for you?
That'll be it today. Man, I don't know about y'all, but these McDonald's nuggets, you guys can make fun of me, but they just hit. They just hit. The plan after I eat is to go to Big 5. Like I said, we have to pick up some jig heads. I'm gonna show you guys which ones I use. And then I have like 4 or 5 spots that I can think of. Right now, we're at a low tide. It's like 10:30. Low tide was at like 10:20. So within the next hour, the fishing should be starting to kind of pick up. I think we're gonna head to a spot in Tiburon and then just kind of make our way through Tiburon. Hopefully we catch a bunch of fish today. Really the goal here is to kind of teach you guys how to go out here and do this yourself. So let's get these nuggies and get on the road. Now I know a lot of y'all are gonna clown me for using a net head jig head instead of a swimbait jig head, but from what we found with these swimbaits, this net head jig head really does well. You can use both. It's mostly about the size. So today I'm gonna be using the net head jig head, and for the swimbait, you just wanna kind of feed it onto the hook just like I have it here. And I'm gonna show you how to tie on a leader. So on my main line, I have 20-pound braid, and then for my leader, I'm gonna use 20-pound fluorocarbon. This is from Yozuri. It doesn't matter really which brand as long as it's fluorocarbon, and I'm gonna tie on about 3 feet of this to my main line, and this is what's gonna keep the fishing line invisible in the water. We have made it to the spot. Like I said, JZFishing Super Swimmer, and as we walk down, I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm using as a rod and reel. Today I have the Penn Battle 3 4000 with 20-pound braid on it. And then for this rod, this is actually a Fenwick HMG graphic. This is the GPLS 70. It's a 7-foot spinning rod. It's rated for 1/4 to 5/8 ounce lure with 6 to 15-pound line. Honestly, in a perfect world, I would either have a 3000 or a 2000 size spinning reel instead of this 4000, but obviously we're gonna make do with what we have. If you guys want some cheaper alternatives to this setup, I'm gonna have that linked below, because I think actually in total this setup is around $200 to $300, but you could easily get a setup for less than $50 to $100 that will do just fine for striped bass here in the Bay. So if you guys have watched our channel or fish a lot in the Bay Area, you'll probably recognize the spot that I'm at right now. It's quite popular for halibut. That far left corner, as you can tell, is packed. But that's not where we're going to be fishing today. We're going to be fishing right on this kind of walkway out to the end of the pier. That's typically where we have caught the most striped bass. And once we get down there, I'm going to show you how I fish this lure. Sorry guys, I hope you guys can see my phone screen, but one other thing I forgot to mention is tides. So right now it is 11:25. Low tide was at 10:22. So it's been about an hour since peak low. So the fishing should just be getting better. Yeah, so as you can tell, quite low tide. You want to fish for striped bass on a moving tide, so the kind of the tide that we have right now. And before I cast this line out, I just want to get a quick word in from today's sponsor. Today's video sponsor is PC Fun. They recently sent us their new PC Fun Alloy 400 bait casting reel, and we are absolutely in love. This reel is buttery smooth, and even though it's a low profile, it actually comes with a bait clicker, which is virtually impossible to find from any other competitor. The drag rating on this reel is up to 35 pounds, which is also unheard of from a reel that's only $119. We've been using this reel when halibut fishing here in the bay, and we are also excited to try it for rockfish and lingcod out in the ocean. If you've been thinking about getting a saltwater, low-profile reel, I can promise you this is the best option on the market. And if you would like to check it out, we have a link down in the description box to get it for yourself. All right, guys, all the fluff is out of the way. It's finally time to get a rod out. Let's do this. So I'm just gonna try and cast as far as I can. Oof. Did not go as far as I wanted it to. This line was a little bit tangled. I'm just gonna let that drop to the bottom. Set my drag. And to bring this in, I'm just gonna kind of bop it. Kind of use my rod to just kind of bounce it as I retrieve it. These striped bass will hit it anywhere in the water, whether that's the bottom or the top. And with these swim baits and this net head rig, it's really important to kind of jig your rod tip to initiate a strike. Here we go, guys. Got one. Yeah, a little one. All right.
Is that a jig?
Yeah, that's actually, I sell these lures myself, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, I
spit
see.
it right up.
I see.
Yeah.
Swim bait.
Yep. Alrighty, y'all. First cast on this side. A little dink, about 15 inches probably. I didn't measure them, but you know, good sized fish. We'll let them go. So that's how easy it is, you guys. These swim baits are so effective. As you can tell, not torn up at all. This white color has been killing it for us recently, and just like that, we got some fishermen coming right over to us. We've been at this pier for a couple minutes now, and that's the first fish. So literally just bouncing it has been what provoked that strike. Now let's get this lure back out in the water. They're biting, so. Spot one in the books. Got that one, I don't know, 17, 18 incher, just on the lines of keeper. We are heading back up to the car now to go to spot two. Now, this is important to clarify. Today, obviously, or just now, we were fishing that pier. And one of the things that I don't necessarily like about fishing a lure from a pier is that because of how high you up are over the water, it kind of makes it difficult to keep your lure anywhere but the top of the water. So I'm not sure if I'm explaining this really well, but when you're on a pier, it's kind of harder to fish the lower bottom column of the water, which is actually where I wanted to be fishing. And so I'm going to a spot where I can fish off the rocks and be more level with the water to kind of fish the water column that I prefer. And then along with that, I think the spot that I'm going to right now will produce better striper, especially as this tide gets bigger. I just couldn't come out to Tiburon without trying Paradise Pier first. So I'll catch you guys when we get to the next spot. Whew.
What's up, you guys? Currently I'm in Lisbon. Joe might have said Barcelona, but I just flew into Lisbon last night in this really cool town square. Just got my groceries I just want to say hi from Europe. Sorry I'm not there for this week's video. Probably won't be there for next week's video either unless I catch a fish here somehow. Who knows? Anything's possible. But yeah, just want to say hello to you guys. I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching. Hopefully Joe catches fish without me.
All right, y'all, we are at the second spot of today. You may recognize it again if you've watched our videos in the past. This is actually a popular spot to halibut fish, but today we're gonna be striper fishing. So yeah. All right, so like I mentioned back at Paradise Pier, this spot I'm fishing from these rocks, not from a pier, so I can get a much better angle on the water. And I'm gonna start here at this corner at the end of my rod, and I'm just gonna kind of make my way out to that peninsula there at the edge or the mouth of the marina. All right, had to climb down those rocks there, but we are here and we are fishing. Oh, look at that. There's a fishing rod right there. Well, I might have to check that out here in a second. It's crazy. There must have been a rod that got pulled in the water by like a stingray and it's just kind of washed up here. So another thing to keep in mind, as you guys see straight in front of me here, there's some structure. Striped bass in particular like to hide in and around structure and then ambush bait fish as they kind of pass by. So a good idea is to kind of fish the structure that you see, because you never know, there might be a striper kind of hiding right next to or around the structure. And structure could be rocks, it could be whatever metal, man-made stuff this is. That could even be kelp that you see kind of growing out from the bottom. All right, guys, so unfortunately the bite just kind of wasn't as hot as I thought it was going to be. It's quite hot today, so that could definitely play a part to the bite being kind of slow, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So here's actually a striped bass that we caught on that same exact lure that I've been using all day, not too long ago. So here's the clip of that. Oh.
Is there?
I might have a fish. Yeah, I got a fish. Little striper.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, there's a fish.
Here we go, guys. So right by the reeds, just a little tiny striper. Here you guys go. See how I choked that thing? Super small striper, guys. I mean, this has got to be a 10-inch striper. All right, you want to get a photo? Just gonna get him good.
Bye, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Hope you find your dad.
All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that last fight. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider giving us a follow. We post videos like this every day at Wednesday at 5 p.m. We're actually gonna try and post a video this Sunday as well. And we also post short form videos every single day. So we're pumping out content for you guys. We are, trying our best here to bring you guys content that you wanna see. So if you enjoy that kind of stuff, consider giving us a follow. And like I said earlier in today's video, if you want to get any of the gear, it's all going to be linked in a Google Doc down below. And with all that being said, thank you so much. We'll see you next Wednesday.